My name is Matea and I talk about parapsychology, magic and weird stuff. If you're watching this video, you probably already know what gaslighting is, but for the sake of clarity, I'm gonna explain what it is and what it isn't. Gaslighting isn't different opinions. It's not when someone expresses a differing opinion and allows you to have your opinion. Gaslighting is when manipulators or someone who tries to manipulate you uses a method, a tactic that makes you question your own sanity, your own perception of reality and intelligence. It's something that people who manipulate or people who are unconsciously even manipulating use to second guess your own perception and your own senses. An example of this would be when a manipulator does something and you have seen them do something and you try to talk to them about that. They tell you, no, that has never happened. You must be hallucinating. Is everything alright with your head? Like things like that. That's gaslighting. Besides regular gaslighting, there's also this thing called tribal gaslighting. Tribal gaslighting is when a group of people manipulates something in order to make them question their own sanity and their own perception. It's when more people, a group that's driven by the same opinions, tries to make one person feel like they're somehow crazy and misperceiving what they see. And if we take this idea of tribal gaslighting and expand it to collective thinking, to collective belief systems, we get bigger types of gaslighting, which also happens. If we look at the secular materialist paradigm, this entity, large body of people, can also manipulate people. And sometimes it's done unconsciously by the people who are doing the gaslighting, because the gaslighting is not done by individual humans, it's done by this collective entity. Because this type of gaslighting is done by the collective entity, the people who are doing it are not conscious of it. Examples of these types of gaslightings are when someone sees a spirit or they feel an intense, subtle presence. People will normally tell them that they're hallucinating or they're imagining things, they're not seeing right, there's something wrong with them. Another example is people who have strong intuitions about things, events, and people. When they express their intuitions, they're often told that they're imagining things or they're a bit crazy, no one will believe them, and things like that. Even though this is not done on purpose, it can still have severe impact on someone's psyche. I've had many experiences of these types of gaslighting. Some of them have been in my childhood, which has forced me into materialism, metaphysical materialism and atheism. And I've had a recent intense experience with gaslighting. I don't want to go into detail in this video. It's personal, but just in general so you know what's going on. I was gaslighted on purpose by a person who wanted to avoid facing responsibility of their own actions, and I was later accidentally gaslighted by their friends because those friends did not believe in some of the events that happened between me and that person, and some of the events were of subtle nature. Because of these experiences, I've had severe difficulties with my own self-image, self-conscious, and I could not trust my own perception. It's very difficult to get out of this situation, and everyone who's dealt with gaslighting knows this. And the thing that helped me with these kinds of gaslighting, the materialist secular types of gaslighting, is understanding that no one knows what's going on. Everyone, every single person operates on beliefs and opinions. And materialism, metaphysical materialism, is just one opinion, one model of reality. It's not the objective truth, the objective reality. We only know stuff that we have personally experienced. Every description is just an opinion. In order to better deal with these kinds of impacts on our psyche, we have to regain our own confidence. And regaining our own confidence is not easy, it's difficult. And the best thing you can do is try to remember to trust your own perception and to trust your own intelligence. It's actually good to question your perception, but there's a limit to questioning your perception. There's healthy questioning and there's unhealthy overthinking. If you're able to question your perception and if you're able to question your own opinions and beliefs about things, you're intelligent enough to believe your own intelligence. If you feel like you have intense problems relating self-confidence and trusting your own perception, it would be useful to go to therapy and to seek a therapist that's open to subtle realities and spiritual metaphysical ideas. If you're not lucky enough to find a therapist who's open to that, try to only talk about childhood traumas and things related to interpersonal relationships, because sometimes even therapists can gaslight people when it comes to metaphysical, subtle things. It's also important to find people who have had similar experiences as you and also have similar beliefs. Not to create an echo chamber, but to have someone validate you and to guide you through those experiences. It's also much better to have a group of people with similar beliefs, because when we hang out with people, our beliefs subconsciously start to match theirs, and if we're spending too much time with people who have vastly different beliefs than us and vastly different experiences than us, we start to think like them and we start to gaslight ourselves, even though no one is gaslighting us but ourselves. That's why it's important to find friends and to be with friends who have similar beliefs, similar experiences. But also it doesn't mean you're not allowed to hang out with other people. You have to take care of your sanity first. Having a regular and even daily spiritual practice can help you with this tremendously. You don't have to do rituals if you don't want to become a magician or a practitioner. You just have to do a daily 5 or 10 minute meditation or a weekly meditation. You can also walk in nature consciously. Walk in nature, try to feel the energy of the trees, of the bushes, of animals, of everything around you. And the research is also important. And try to avoid new age stuff online. Try to focus more on people who make more rational sense when they're talking about magical experiences. That's why I watch Rune Soup podcasts and Glitch Bottle podcast. And you can also read books from authors such as Josephine McCartney and Jason Miller. Thank you for watching my video. I hope it has been helpful. Leave a like if you liked it and subscribe if you want to watch more content from me.